don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you!
Hello there everyone, Tom here again, and today we have the privilege of taking a look at the Takara Tomy Transformers Generation Studio Series number 53, Revenge of the Fallen, Constructicon Mixmaster. And if you ever think that reviewing is easy, just try saying that fast 5 times. Let's zoom in here on the box real quick. We get an image of Mixmaster here. He looks really funky. Coming down in the box, we get all that. Yeah, I mean, it's just your standard box. And I have to say, let's see, do I have a box handy? Here is, let's see, is he a Voyager? I think so. Here is Hightower's box, just to give you a sense of scale, which you can't see yet. Again, just to give you a sense of scale, Hightower was a deluxe, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he's a deluxe. And this is a Voyager. So, okay, here is the side of the box, the back of the box, big screen inspired scale, detail, backdrop, pyramid desert battle, 21 steps. Side of the box, ooh. Top, bottom. Alright, so why don't we go ahead, take a minute, we'll tear this guy out of the packaging, and we'll go from there. Alright, so this thing comes apart, it's apart in pieces. Quick question. Is anybody ever going to use this? Let me know in the comment section. I'm actually legitimately curious. That's the one that came with Mixmaster. That's the one that came with Hightower. They're the exact same picture, at least as far as I can tell. This one has just a little bit more to it because it's bigger. But I don't know. It might be neat if we got all of them and they had like a panorama something, but the way that it is, I'm off topic. I apologize. Let's see here, but you get that. So everybody knows you get that. Okay. It comes with this thing, choking hazard, made in Vietnam. I don't know. That's different. I don't remember ever seeing that before. It comes with your instruction book. Pretty basic standard stuff. It looks that way. Yeah, pretty standard. Okay, so let's see here. I have no idea where my spudger went to. I have this one. Do I have Scavenger? I don't think I got Scavenger. Mixmaster, one of the feet. I think it's this one, maybe. Maybe not. I don't remember. But I don't have them all. They're not like Pokemon. I haven't caught them yet. We'll figure it out. Here is Mixmaster in his out-of-the-box form, and he can at least, pardon me, stand up. We get the front of the truck here. It's a separate piece. We get mixing barrel here, which goes on the arms, and I'm going to have to figure out how to get that on there. And thing here, same thing. So we get 2 of those. Does it say out of the box what we're supposed to do first? Okay, so it shows that we turn it around this thing apparently snaps in so that it holds up like this. It's supposed to be right here somewhere. Okay, well, I guess that was simple enough. And then these things here, they snap on some way or another. According to the directions, we take one and we hook it onto the pistons. Apparently those are in the front. Okay, so for example, this one would come in right here and lock on right here, if I'm reading it correctly. Somebody tell me I'm reading it wrong. It shows him facing us. It shows them snapping right on right there. Okay, so it's just snaps on right here. See, not here. Y'all were about to get me into trouble, weren't you? I see how you are. Get on there. Oh, okay, so that one's there. And here we've got this one. Comes in right there. Alright. Now, there we go. I know y'all didn't think I could do it, but I proved it, didn't I? This is not Star Wars. Why are you blaming the fans? You're going to cost me views with that, or somebody's going to notify the censor. Quit pointing your finger at me. Ah! Alright, so, yeah, let's do size. Let's see, top of the thing here, he's coming in at 6 inches, shoulder to shoulder. How the hell do we measure this? Tell you what, let's be persnickety about it and go like this. It will say, crap, let's call it 11.5 inches. Now for those of you who are curious, may not have known, that is the depth of my standard size shelf. So he would be basically the length of the width of the shelf, if you follow what I'm saying there. If this was a shelf, having him like this would be, you know, from here to here. If this was the width of this, he would sit out. Let's see, we did height, we did width, depth wise. Let's go from the foot to the thing there, eyeballing it as best we could. Let's call it, say, 3.25. Okay, articulation, the head can come up, the head can go down just a tinch. It can swivel a little bit. The arms, this bothers me. I'm going to do something with this. That disturbs me. The arms can go up that far, so he can most definitely go wee. Although this joint's a little loose. Elbows, yes he does. You can go all the way around on what is undoubtedly a mushroom peg right in there. Elbows, you get less than 90 degrees. I guess these are hands. They come up, they come down, no wiggle. No waist. The legs, I think Skullface would call those universals, I think. He can almost do the full Chinese splits. Let's see here. How about American splits? Yep, he can easily do the American splits with no problem. Do we have a thigh swivel? Yes, thigh swivel built into that mushroom peg you can see right there. Thigh swivel. Knees. Holy crap, he's got knees. He's got knees, folks, and it's a nice 90 degrees on that. The feet can go up. They can go way back. This one does not have a rocker. Okay. Also, I have to point out, I don't see a Decepticon symbol on this guy either. I'm telling you what, that's significant to me that they don't have Decepticon symbols. I also am unsure exactly how I'm going to customize this guy just yet, but you know me, I probably will. So, why don't we pause right here and scooch him back a little bit, and we'll do ourselves some scale comparisons. So let's transform old Mixmaster here, and I forgot to pull this out. This is technically supposed to be up. So let's be technical. Let's get it correct. Alright, so it's supposed to technically be up like that. Let's see here. Now, the directions really suck on this thing. I mean, they really suck. So, it mostly has to do with this and the lining up of everything, so I'll try to get this correct as best as I can. First thing we do is we shut that. We spent all that time opening it, and we just shut it. It happens. The legs are on a double hinge. What you have to do is you have to bring them down and get them down here like this. The directions don't start here. The directions start us doing all this crap up here, and it's just easier to go ahead and get the legs out of the way. You know you're right when they're in line. Feet are just kind of loose like this. Now, the directions show these pieces going straight up. So what I will do is I'll do one straight up and one straight down. I think personally I prefer it straight down. You'll see when we get there. Take the cab, push your head up all the way, and bring it down like that. It's not going to stay there, but you'll see. Bring the smokestacks. Y'all didn't know those were smokestacks, did you? Up and around, and they'll stay right there. Now, believe it or not, that's just about all we have to do here until we get to this part. So, open this panel up and bring it down so that it sets in. Let's see here. Remember how to do this right. Open that up, bring this round. Now, there is a, let me zoom in here real quick. There is a clip right here that plugs in right here, and it can be rather problematic getting it in place. You have to maneuver this part, it's a series of hinges, while utilizing this part right here so that it can actually do what it is supposed to do, which is come in and clip in right there like that. It is, or let me rephrase, it can be a pain in the patootie. Then you bring this section down, and as you can see there's clips and whatnots. There's also a clip right here that'll go right here in this little slot. So just try and maneuver everything, and I have discovered that if you apply pressure here, it makes it work a little bit better. Lift that up and just kind of wiggle and maneuver until everything will eventually line up. And see, that popped out. Get in there. That's going to be a breaking point, I can already tell. And then we just bring this down. There is a post right there. It's going to go into a little bitty port right there, and that locks the wheels into place, and it kind of looks like this. You need to bring your toes up, and as you rotate it, as you bring this in, lift up your feet. The feet are going to go in between. If you can see that gap there, the feet are going to come in here like this, and then everything is just going to, there's a pin right here, a port right there, a pin right there, and a port right there, and then there's this little bit right here that's going to clip on right here. Pretty sure it's that one. And it's just a matter of getting everything lined up properly, and then you know you've got it right when you can maneuver the legs and get it in there the way it's supposed to go, just like that. And then that'll all come down, and that is one side of this officially finished. Now you can sort of see right here already the difference in the front. I think I really like this in the directions say do it this way, so I'm going to go ahead and put it up here just so you all can see it. Let's see if we can do this one more time. Pull that out, pull this out. This is going to come in. Now, we bring this up. This is going to work its way into this pocket right here. Unwillingly, unhappily, don't really care as long as it gets in there. It doesn't break in the process. Yeah, that's what we want. We want it to not break in the process. There. Nope. There. Okay. Applying pressure, we bring this section down and we connect it as best we can. Pull this out. This is going to latch into place right there, and if you notice, it's already come loose. This is going to be a breakage point right there if we're not careful. So I'm going to recommend to everyone, if you purchase this, figure out what mode you're going to put it in and leave it, because it is going to break at those sections. It's going to. May not happen today, may not happen tomorrow, but it is going to break. And I'm sorry, I don't see anything you can do to prevent it from doing that. Okay, and we put our mixing barrel together. It just snaps together in several different places. Bottom here comes together, snaps together. This right here comes into place like that, and if you notice, everything kind of just separated and came apart, which is not unexpected, sadly, but it is a bit frustrating. There we go. Now we move everything together and we connect, squeeze everything together, and you can see where frustration might just kick in here. These little clips are just annoying as all hell to try to make it into place, and I'm going to end up, I can already tell, this thing's probably going to end up broken before I'm done with it. Just because it's being so, what's the word I'm looking for? Persnickety. I'm going to say it's being persnickety. If you're not familiar with the term persnickety, look it up. Okay, so I'd say it has to do with that right there. I'd say I've got something just not quite lined up right. But you know what? That's, damn it. Alright. Hey, if you see me struggling with it, there's a very, very good chance you will end up struggling with it as well. So that is the reason why I do this. It's not to get some sick pleasure out of knowing that others are going to have problems with the figure. It's so that you all can see maybe exactly what I'm struggling with, might be able to help me out and tell me how to do it better. I mean, we're supposed to be a community, right? So while I am happy to do videos and I'm happy to share stuff with people. I have to tell you, I do these videos for self-serving reasons, so that in the future, when I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to do something, I have a video guide for myself. That's pretty much it. Alright, so yeah, I really like these things back in the back. So these things are softer plastic. You can kind of manipulate them a little bit to get them where they go. Like I said, you can. You don't have to. Me personally, that's the way I want it to look. You might want yours to look a little different. It'd be alright. It doesn't roll very well. Pardon me as I shake the camera everywhere. It doesn't roll very well, and that could be because, I don't know, I did something wrong, because evil, voodoo. It doesn't roll. For those of you who are sitting there saying, well, that's because you don't have those things turned around right. It doesn't roll any better then either. But to satisfy those people who are going to be frustrated, it doesn't do any better there either. Again, had a Decepticon symbol on the thing, and I am personally going to fix that. Yeah, it needs to go like that, doesn't it? Yeah. Only I want one that'll go in the stripe. So that one's actually a bit big. That one. I do appreciate you all putting up with me while I do this type of thing. I mean, it just makes me feel better. So we'll get into the whole combining thing here shortly. Can you all even see that? Makes a world of difference to me. And we'll put another one on here because I can, because I have them. I've got a butt tons worth of these things. Somebody asked me once, they said, Tom, how much is a butt ton? And I'll tell you what I told them. Well, a butt ton is more than what you think, but less than what you actually want. In case you were ever curious. There. Now, I still need one right here in front. At least I think so. So, how big of a one do we want? That's kind of big. That'd make a nice little... Well, do we want that, or do we want just a little gentle one on the side? Well, if we do a little gentle one on the side, it'd just look like that. Let's do a little gentle one on the side, and then we can figure it out. Honestly, I cannot figure out why we do not have Decepticon stickers on these things. There are many things in life I don't understand. I fully grant that. I am not perfect. But these are Decepticons, and nowhere on here have I seen a sticker. So, yeah. Just something simple, like that. Man, that makes a world of difference. At least it does for me. Okay, so I suppose we've seen it transformed. Next thing to do is scale comparison in this mode, and then we will go on to put him in combine mode. Okay, so I've practiced this several times, and I think I've got it down on how to get it into combine mode. I'm not going to promise it's 100%. The only way I'll know for sure is if it works when I'm combining everything. So, first thing we do, we pop this off. Okay. Next thing we do, we come down here and we separate. One thing I noticed, there is a little clip here that you can hook to. Don't know how well you can see that. Right there's the clip. Right there's the little nubbins. So yeah, just separate all this. Everything should come apart. And it connects here and here for here to here. I don't know if I showed that or not. Bend this, bend these around, I think is how it works. Bend this down just a little bit. Separate these. Pull up your hips here like this. Now this is going to go into one of these right here. We just haven't made it that far yet. Just be patient. Come up here to this, pull this cab part up, open these little sections here up, bring Devastator's head up, and there's a little bit of clearance issue here. It's rubbing my paint just a little bit right here. Excuse me. Just be mindful. Open this up, push this down, push those down. There's a tab right here, hopefully you all could see. It's going to go into a slot right there, and it fits in on both sides, and it actually locks the head in place fairly well. Now bring your things back up here. Pull this down just a little bit, again, so that it'll line up with one of these holes. I don't remember specifically which one. We'll figure it out. Okay. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Also, another thing I've discovered, there is a hole right here that fits into this thing right here, a little tab. Makes it a little bit easier to work with. Pull that down, pull that out, do that on both sides, down and out. Okay, you might have to disconnect your wheel here to make it work properly. You might, I don't know, we'll find out. Bring this in, bring this in, bring these together. Alright, now remember, this right here is going to go into one of those holes right there. So it's just a matter of lining it up. Looks like it's the bottom one. Alright. Pardon me. So once you got that, this is going to come out to the side. You can now attach these two together, and you can do that all the way on the inside. You bring this out, connect it, bring it back together. And that comes down. This comes up. And we're going to make that fit right there. Bend the knee, keep your foot straight. There is a channel right here. Don't know how well you all can see that. There's a channel right here. The foot goes in. The best way I've discovered to do it is to apply pressure right here on this joint and then just kind of shove the thing in. It will snap into place. Do that on both sides. Pardon me. Put that in place. Again, pressure, bend, bend, and just get it in there. Alright, now we bring these down, So, the final thing we do, we take this piece here and we use the larger connector ports, turning it like this, put it in one of them and then the other one, and it will, so I keep thinking that there's something else I'm supposed to, oh, this rocks forward. That's what was messing with me. That rocks forward like that, okay? And that gives you plenty of room to put your cab piece here where it needs to be. Now the cab piece is important because it helps lock it all together. And if I have it correct, that's how it's going to look. In this mode, with the feet extended, it's coming in at right about 8 inches. Height-wise, yeah, eyeballing it, I'd say it's about 4 3/4. So, yeah. Draw moves. It's kind of neat. So see, I'm wondering about some of this stuff here. It looks funny. I'm wondering how that's going to work. I don't think I'm actually going to do any type of dirtying this one up, if you will. It's kind of drab as it is, so I think we'll just go ahead and go right on into final thoughts. Final thoughts wise, Nemesis, what are you doing there? Get off. I was just trying to get me a free ride. You sound a little hoarse, Nemesis. Are you okay? I think I'm getting a cold. Well, I hear it's going around. It is January, after all. You realize we can all see your hands. You're breaking the third wall. Stop gripping me. Ah! Sorry, folks. Sometimes Nemesis gets a little bit crazy. I saw that. Anyway, final thoughts wise here. This thing's okay. It's nothing to write home about. If you're in for Devastator, you're in for this set. So, I mean, you're going to buy it. Let's see, the quality of it, it's okay. It's standard Hasbro stuff. It's nothing to write home about. The color scheme is drab, to say the least. Drab to the point where I really don't feel the need to dirty it up or alter it. It's just not really, I don't know. Playability, I flipped this thing back and forth a couple of times. It's not as easy to get into its combined mode as the others, and I understand that. Going from robot mode to truck mode, I have to tell you, I've went from truck mode to combined mode about 4 times more than truck mode to robot mode, or robot mode to truck mode. So honestly, I think I just did robot mode once, and I really don't have any need to ever put it back in there. I mean, it's okay. It's alright. It would be really nice if the mixing barrel moved, but because of the way that it's designed, it's just not going to be possible. The cost of it, it's a deluxe. I paid $30 for it on Amazon, so, and I had to add the Decepticon stickers, which that bothers me. But it is what it is, so I think it's just fine. I think it's fine. I wouldn't start my Devastator with this one. I really wouldn't. If I was going to start it, I'd start it with one of the other ones, like Rampage or something, or Scavenger, or whichever one it is. But it's a movie bot. It does just fine, I guess. Alright, let's see here. I've got 4, there's 4 more left to go from me to purchase. I have yet to be able to find a long haul. And I'm pretty sure it came out before this one. So I'm going to have to look on that one. Anyway, this is Tom. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next review.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.
Another satisfied customer of Vitamin John. Operators are standing by. Call now. Try Vitamin John today. Operators are standing by. Call now.